part of this short session, we're going to look at Popplet, and we're going to explore how you can use Popplet to create a staff hierarchy chart. So if I do a search for Popplet, you'll see we have two options, Popplet or Popplet Lite. This is the main screen of Popplet. The difference between Popplet and Popplet Lite, the main difference is that you can only have one chart in Popplet Lite, whereas in Popplet we can have multiple charts. So we're going to create a new Popplet, and we will call it Staff Chart. And we can choose our color. I'm going to leave it at orange, make it so. So Popplet is a blank canvas. You can zoom in, move it around, and a Popplet or a popple is just a little bubble. You can resize the popple by dragging the black corners, or you can hit X to delete it. First thing I'm going to do is double tap the screen to give me a new popple. If I hit the first button on the left, this gives me an option to change the color. So I'm going to go for red. And what we need to do now is make it this size. And each popple is going to have an image of the staff member. It's going to have their name and a job title. So if I select the popple again, this time I go to the right hand button, and this gives me access to my photo library. So if I go to Open Library, I'm going to find some images that I have taken in advance of staff, but obviously if you're repeating this activity, you'd need to go and take those images to start off with. So staff chart, in here we have various staff members. We're going to start off with Roberta, and as you see, her image just appears, so we can resize the box to suit. Now there's no opportunity for cropping or things like that, so we just have to make do. Next I'm going to go to text, and I'll enter a name, not forgetting your capitals, and the job title. Pretty simple. So I can now resize my chart by pinching in and out to make space for my next images. If you decide that the popple is too big, you can always go back and resize it. So something like that. So for our charts to look slick and presentable, we want consistency. So the best approach to this is to start with one size and to copy that. So I've selected my popple. I'm going to go to the little cog wheel in the top left, and if we say copy, and then repeat that process, but this time select paste, we now have another image, another popple that's exactly the same. So I'm going to drop that underneath, zoom in a little. Now another shortcut, select the popple. If we want to replace that image, tap the image button again, but rather than selecting a new image, we just said change photo. So I'm going to open library, and this time we'll select a second member of staff. So to replace the text, we just tap on the text and delete. And the same as before, we need to give them a job title. So fairly quickly we see that our chart can start to build up and it looks consistent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy again and paste again. And if we repeat that process, you can see how we get quicker as we go. So I'm going to change one more image, and again you can zoom in if you need it. So we're using the cog wheel in the top right. We're using the image button on the right. Select change photo, open library, and yet again it's just the same process as before. Okay, so the last part of this activity for now is how do we link our charts together. So if we select any of the popples, you'll notice we have these little grey dots to the top and bottom, left and right. We haven't looked at these yet, but if you drag these, they allow us to connect. And as you move the images around, it retains those connections. This allows us to start building our chart. So as your chart develops, you can add as many layers as you want. The layout of the chart, again, it's up to yourself. Maybe it's a mind map activity you're doing. So it's up to you how you structure your chart. But again, this is a hierarchy chart, so we want to show levels and layers. So once you've completed a chart that you're happy with, how do we export it? Because we're going to use this as part of another activity in another app. So there's two ways you can do this. On the top right, we have an export button, and that allows us to export PDF or Jpeg. One of the problems with Popplet is that when you save out, the resolution is pretty poor. So what we suggest you do is take a screen grab. Now, if you're not familiar with taking a screen grab, all you need to do is press the home button and the sleep button simultaneously. Don't hold them in, just press them briefly, and you'll hear like a camera sound, a camera shutter, and the screen will flash. So that should be that done. If I come out of the app now and go into my camera roll, I should have an image like this with a fairly decent resolution, which you'll see when you pinch in and out. For this activity, what you need to be aiming for is something similar to this. So we can see we have a chart with multiple layers and a clear structure in it. And all that takes is a little bit of time. Again, consistency is obvious in that all of the popples are sized the same.